Thank you, Hela. To help us analyze the current situation, we're joined from Cairo by Al-Ahram newspaper managing editor Ashraf Abul. Thank you, sir, for joining us here on Qnews. Firstly, let's start off by asking, how does Egypt's insistence on a sovereign Palestinian state shape its wider diplomacy in the Middle East?
First of all, good evening to everyone who's watching, and good evening. Yeah, of course, Egypt keeps on its hard efforts throughout the years, not just now, to reach a two-state solution and have a Palestinian sovereign state with East Jerusalem as its capital. And so Egypt says that the safety and stability in Palestine will put an end to terrorism and instability in the region. And so this is why it insists on keeping its efforts to convince Israel and the USA and the world to recognize a Palestinian state, and that it is very important to have a sovereign Palestinian state for peace and safety to exist and any kind of extremism. And so the Palestinian case isn't just about the land, it is about the history and the historic places like Al-Aqsa Mosque. And so with the Israeli occupation, it has extremism is caused there, and the mosque is threatened. And so Egypt is working hard to stop this, and is bearing with lots of tensions and hardships to reach this.
So how significant is Egypt's warning that regional collapse looms under Israeli aggressions, and how might this message resonate internationally?
Of course, in the region is threatened and has lots of risks here because of the Israeli aggressions and the massacres against the Palestinians, and even having offensives on other countries like Syria and Lebanon. And so this, and what happened what Iran also, this could lead to a full-on war. And so the region will basically be in war and will be full of tension. And so this is why Egypt, through mediations and pressure and coordination, either with the countries in the region, all the countries in the world, the USA even, it aims to stop and to resolve such aggressions. They want to stop the aggressions on Gaza, withdraw the forces, open the corridors, and start a reconstruction, and even recognize a Palestinian statehood.
And also, what extent has Egypt's sustained aid efforts through the Egyptian side of the Rafah border crossing offset the Israeli restrictions?
The available the convoys show that 70% of the convoys that were sent were Egyptian. Egypt has sent around half a ton of humanitarian aid, and so to try to lessen the suffering, and they did this through the Egyptian government or their president, even organizations in Egypt also. And so yes, it insists on keeping on this policy to try to make the people there suffer less, especially from the 7th of October, especially that since the 7th of October, Israel has had a full-on siege, and now the Palestinians are lacking food, drink, and even medicine. And so Egypt is working to its full potential over the month and even over the past 2 years to deliver humanitarian aid to the Palestinians and try to keep them alive. And they have also tried to resist all the Israeli operations to make them suffer and block the humanitarian aid.
What about the broader implications of Spain and the Hague Group pushing for sanctions? Could this embolden Egypt's legal and diplomatic strategy and approach towards Israel?
Yes, of course. Using this against Israel is very important because they committed atrocities against humanity, the genocide, with the killings of the civilians and starving them. They have to know that they will be held accountable, or and there will be sanctions against them, or they will take it even further. And so they need to be held accountable in the International Court of Justice. A lot of evidence have been presented to show Israel's atrocities, and also evidence that Israel wants to starve the Palestinians and take advantage of them to force them out of the country.
Well, thank you so much. That was Ashraf Abul-Hood from Cairo, the Ahram newspaper managing editor. Thank you for joining us here on Q News.